So it is December 31st, 2021, and I am embarking on my first solo camping trip. I had my New Year's plans derailed a little bit, and I've been going through a year where I'm learning to do things by myself, and I decided that this is the time, and I'm gonna wake up January 1st, tomorrow morning, 2022, and I'm going to be officially a solo camper. And I'm terrified. I'm driving up to the Bruce Peninsula National Park. I'm about an hour away from Cypress Lake, which is the campground I'm going to be checking in at. I'm hoping to make the cutoff to enter the backcountry trails, but it looks like I'm just going to be a little bit too late and too close to sundown. So we'll see when we get there. I just drove through Wyerton, where the home of Wyerton Willie is. Anybody who's watching this that's not Canadian, Wyerton Willie is our groundhog that checks his shadow to tell us if we're going to have spring or winter, a couple more weeks of winter. Anyways, I didn't know that that's where he was from, but it was a really cute town, kind of in the Midwest of Ontario. I'll check in when I'm a little bit more up the road here. So this trip came from a spontaneous idea that I needed to take charge and take ownership of my life and learn to embrace my independence and not miss out on opportunities simply because I didn't always have a partner to be able to go do things with. One of my biggest fears really is being by myself, not just in the backcountry, but anytime. I prefer to share things with people. But I think as I move forward, I want to be able to get up and go and embrace opportunities. And I really had no planning at all for this trip yesterday. I just decided I need to do something big, and this park is really, really famous. I was staying with my folks just south of Toronto, and I was close enough. It's maybe a 3.5 hour drive from their place to get here, but it would have been an impossible drive from my place in Ottawa. So I kind of had an opportunity, and I really hope that it pays off. I'm very nervous. I've never gone winter camping, and it's going to be very cold and rainy. The park says that they had freezing rain today, but hopefully tomorrow morning there's supposed to be a little bit of sun at 0 degrees. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and hoping for the best, but if it's no good, it's no good, and it'll be part of the story. About once every half an hour along this drive, I have phoned a buddy or called home and tried to talk myself into turning around and going back and spending New Year's with friends and family and not freezing miserably alone in my tent. But I don't know. The more that I keep driving and the closer that I get, the more that I feel like, okay, I'm really doing this, and I haven't turned around yet, so.
It's 2:30 now. I've just checked in at the park office at Cypress Lake, and I'm going to go park and get on trail.
So having a pack that doesn't fit, it sucks. All of the weight is on my shoulders, and I extra packed because I've never been winter camping. I wasn't real keen on melting snow, so I overpacked water, but it is beautiful. I'm taking an unofficial shortcut marked out to me by the guy at the check-in office, so we'll see how it goes, and I will take the main trail back when I have more daylight hours tomorrow. So I've just reached Storm Haven. Bear hangs are up there, and we're gonna go check out our campsite.
So there was another couple camping at one of the platforms I passed, so I stopped recording to give them privacy. But this is my tent platform at Site 9, and it was a little bit difficult for the tension setup, but I used rocks. I made dinner at the beach, had 2 packets of duck ramen.
It's only 7:30, and I'm in my cow, in my tent, and I'm actually pretty cozy. It's really mild out. It's not that cold. I have my fleece liner and my -9 bag and my cow onesie, which I picked up at Value Village yesterday, and I'm absolutely thrilled because I freaking love cows. I'm probably not going to make it until midnight, but this trip has already been perfect. It's already been everything that I hoped for and more. It's 8 o'clock and I'm cold. I'm already cold. I think that my body doesn't produce heat. I've tried to trap the heat, and I ate enough, and I drank enough, and I peed, and I warmed up, and I was nice and toasty when I got into my sleeping bag, and I don't understand what's happening to me, but I really need to figure out this whole sleeping cold thing, because it's not great, even though I'm inside a cow. Maybe I will be cold awake at midnight accidentally anyways and celebrate New Year's. I'm hoping actually to wake up for sunrise because the beach, I'm right on the beach and I'm facing the east, and I'm thinking that it's going to be really beautiful. It's supposed to be only partly cloudy, so stupid me forgot to check what time sunrise is tomorrow before I lost service. And lazy me doesn't feel like hiking back up the hill to see if I can get service. So I'm gonna get up really early. I'm a really slow morning person, and I would like to have coffee in my tent when I wake up. My maple brown sugar Canadian oatmeal has that faint taste of last night's ramen in it. It's the good stuff. It's that little bit of false duck flavor. That's the way we like it.
So it's about 7:30, and I'm still waiting for it to get light out at Storm Haven Beach. The wind is brutal, as you can hear on the recording, and it is freezing.
Happy New Year 2022. I have officially completed my first solo camping experience in the backcountry. I hiked in and it was fantastic. This morning was excellent. I was so excited. I got out of bed at like 4 o'clock and I made oatmeal and coffee and I just lounged around on the beach in the freezing wind waiting for the sun to come up. And it was completely worth it. Right now I'm standing at Cypress Lake. I'm just heading back to the car after a full day and it's not even noon yet. I did the polar bear dip at the Grotto Beach, which was not a very smart thing to do, but I did it, and yeah, I'm completely elated. I was so nervous yesterday, but coming out, I feel on top of the world.